Hey guys, James Hates Everything here, and it's another Tuesday, which means it's time to open some toys here on Chasing 80s. This week we are looking at Superpowers McFarlane Toys homage to the classic line from the 80s, and we have some big heroes today to look at. We're going to look at Aquaman, the guy who talks to dolphins. We're going to look at the Caped Crusader himself, Batman. We also have Deathstroke, Nightwing, and Wonder Woman. So grab a drink, sit back as we tear into these toys. Alrighty, first up in today's Superpowers video, we are going to take a look at Wonder Woman. Once again, we have this great vintage Superpowers style packaging. There's Wonder Woman with that soft good cape and that comic style, of course, looks more modern style art on her with the kind of movie look. However, clearly she doesn't have that skirt on like in the picture, so that's the first one where the figure doesn't actually match the artwork. As we look on the back, of course, here is the new figures in this line. We have Wonder Woman, Nightwing, and Deathstroke. And Wonder Woman has come to represent the possibility and potential of life without war, hate, or violence. She is a beacon of hope to all who find themselves in need. She stands as equal among the most powerful superheroes with a sense of purpose to protect the world from injustice in all forms. Unfortunately, see here, you got the golden lasso, but they did not include that from what I can tell. There's no accessory, you just have that soft goods cape. So let's do what we do and let's tear this thing open. And there we go. Wonder Woman in all her glory. With that hair, that soft good cape, the gold trim of her shirt and belt, boots. Of course, those armbands have been replaced by these long, I don't know what you call them, but the metallic, instead of a bracelet, it's a full up sleeve, basically up to the elbow. And I know they have a name, but I can't think. Bracers. There you go. Those long bracers. Again, typical 5 points of articulation, interesting hair positioning going over the shoulder and the front of the shoulder. And let's take a look a little closer here, shall we? This face on this one is, let's see if I can get that to focus up a bit. Pretty interesting, and of course the head moves, but just barely because of that hair in the way. And I know that's out of focus. So let's get this out of the way so that we can look closer. The cape is pretty flimsy on this one. Similar, but not exactly. It looks like, again, the clip ring around the back. As with most of these superpowers, there's not much posability here. Some basic stuff, but that is what it is. So let's take a look at the next one. Next up is a member of the Teen Titans, the leader of the Teen Titans, Tim Drake, Nightwing. And again, he comes with his batons, which is nice to see. See that sculpt and the design there. Of course, that art on the packaging. So we flip it over again. He's the next in this series, and Dick Grayson began his crime-fighting career as the original Robin, Batman's protege and crime-fighting partner. An expert acrobat and skilled fighter, Dick eventually left the nest, and ventured out on his own as a new hero called Nightwing. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, here he is, folks, Nightwing, the seminal member of the Teen Titans. And this is a good looking figure. This is actually the first Teen Titans action, or I should say, first Nightwing action figure I've actually owned. Never was really a big Teen Titans fan, but the show that was on HBO Max is actually pretty good. I actually enjoy it quite a bit, or enjoyed it. I think it is over. So highly recommend, and this is the perfect toy to accentuate that show. Here's Nightwing with his 2 accessories. Of course, that cowl, the all-black outfit, and those batons. Pretty good-looking figure. Good addition to this Superpowers line, and nice to have him in the collection. So let's jump into the next one. All right, next up is Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. Complete with bandolier and sword. There he is from the comic. Looks like the packaging got a little damaged on this one. Not that we care, we're busting this thing open here in a minute. And of course you see there he is, the last one in that series. It says, a formidable operative for the U.S. military, Colonel Slade Wilson agreed to undergo an experimental process that increased his mental and physical abilities to superhuman levels. Rather than continue his career as a soldier, Slade became the masked mercenary Deathstroke. So there you go. Of course, there's the Batwing and Supermobile from that first wave of figures. As I said, we're going to do what we do. All right, there he is, folks. Slade Wilson, Deathstroke. You can see here, this figure has the typical sculpt, but he's seen here in this swashbuckling outfit with them bell-bottom boots. He's got a molded knife on his sleeve. Of course, that bandolero and utility belt, and of course the bandolero seems to be affixed to him, so it does not move. And the sword, one of the frustrating things about the Superpower line is that when they're molded in their hand to hold a figure, it is, or an accessory, it is really tight, and you got to put a lot of pressure on the thumb, which always is scary because it bends and distorts a little bit. You never really want to do that. And you can see there's some paint error on his legs. He's got a little blue scuff on there. And he's fresh out of the package, so it came that way. Looks like a little bit of discoloration between the blue of his chest and the blue on the sleeves. They are slightly different shades. So while Deathstroke is an iconic character, and the look on here is certainly unique in that classic Deathstroke look, it is a bit frustrating with the lack of attention to detail or quality on this one. They let a lot of mistakes through in the painting. It even looks like the orange on the hips differs from the orange on the torso around those, I don't know, underwear, for lack of a better words. The briefs down there, the 2 different shades of orange as well. So again, they did not work hard enough on matching those colors, and that's always disappointing because this is a new, fresh out of the package figure and looks like he's been aged in the sun or something. All right, let's jump into the next one. Alrighty, next up is the weakest of them all. It is Aquaman. And of course, this is the interesting one because he does not have... He has both arms, right? So he's not the Aquaman from the mid-90s, but he's still got that goofy orange and green suit, but with the beard, so he's like a mixture, got his arms back, I guess, or before he lost his arm. Again, you look at the green on the art, this is more the traditional color paint instead of the darker green, so again, another miss there. He's also missing the fin. It looks like instead they just tapered the glove. And of course he comes with that trident. It looks like this one is not glued down very well. Again, so this follows up with the 10th figure in the line. Of course, Aquaman is half human and half Atlantean. Arthur Curry is Aquaman, the king of Atlantis and defender of Earth's vast oceans. As a founding member of the Justice League, he also protects the surface world from the forces of evil. Not much else to say about this guy other than he likes to talk to dolphins. And no word if he is got any proclivities like his counterpart on The Boys. And if you know, you know. Talking about our octopus friend, let's just jump right in and get this one open. Alrighty, here he is. In all 360 degrees. There you got the fins on the back. Of course, that textured pattern all around the shirt. The long waving locks of hair. And again, the lack of articulation in the elbows makes holding accessories awkward. They're always jutting out. Not much else to say about this. You know, the sculpt on the face is not great either. Looking at it as we zoom around here, let's bring you in for a closer look. Just not a great sculpt on that face. But you can see the detail on the back. And very interesting. Of course, no superpowers collection is complete without at least one Aquaman. So there you go. Alright, last but not least is the Caped Crusader himself in that classic 80s gray and blue outfit. Again, what a strange sculpt. That is one squared off jaw on this Batman. Of course, with the yellow Batman symbol and utility belt. Again, as we come on the back here, see number 12 in this line. We do not yet have Black Manta. We're going to have to hunt that one down. Of course, nor Tim Drake's Robin or this blue outfit, the more classic Wonder Woman. Gotta find that one. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. And it seems like every time they do a new series of superpowers, a new wave, there's always a Batman figure. And in this one's cape is exceptionally long and flowy, it looks like. In fact, it is oddly in there. It's all curled up. So that one is probably not going to hold up over time. But let's bust this thing open anyway. Alrighty, here he is, folks, in all his glory. And before we give you a full look, 360 degree lows, let's take a look at this cape, this cowl. You can see it is nice and long. It has all the tapering from the bat, but because of the quality, all those little points are curled up, and he just looks like he basically woke up in his underoos pajamas, as opposed to the Batman, the Dark Knight, the detective we all know him to be. Here he is in 360. Again, you got that typical sculpt on the chest that you're finding on most of the main male figures. And we've seen one Batman, we've seen 100 in this line, all molded with the closed fist. And we've do have the nice detailing around the gloves with the spikes on the gloves. All in all, decent. Wish they had spent a little more time or money on the cape to make it a little higher quality so it didn't look so shoddy. But there you go. That is our last one for today, so let's take a look at all of these figures. Alright guys, there is another group of figures added to our collection. Aquaman, Batman, Deathstroke, Nightwing from the Teen Titans, and lastly Wonder Woman. These are some of the most iconic characters in the DC universe, and they look great on the shelf. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. It really does help the channel. And if you liked this video and want to see more like it, smash the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. And until next time, have fun.